as we go through life, we realize that we're not who we thought we were. We're walking a different path. We're taking a different journey. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but have you ever looked out the window or just sat and thought about, I'm sure I'm not where I thought I would be by this age, by this time in my life. I visualized that I would be doing something else. I would be a certain place in my life or your life. Well, you know what? You are allowed to unlearn anything that you have previously learned to become who you truly want to be. You have the ability to reinvent yourself at any time in your life. You have the ability to shed an old identity that isn't serving you anymore. You have the ability to find the light within you and seek more from that, like getting back to the true, authentic you. You are allowed to go on a journey back to yourself and shed anything that isn't serving you and get rid of all of the societal expectations and judgments and really think about all the things that are holding you back and what they are. Because when you decide that you're going to work towards being the true, authentic you, who you always were at the core, but has been masked with so many different identities of things that you've taken on, maybe to people please, maybe because you haven't been saying no to anything, maybe because you have had to be a different person because of somebody in your life. You haven't been able to be yourself. You haven't been able to speak the truth. You have been hiding behind different thoughts and beliefs about yourself. Maybe you feel like you're not worthy, or you're full of fear and doubt. And you have so much power within you to make huge, huge, huge changes. So if you don't want to be that person anymore, all it takes is you making a decision. You deciding that this is not who I want to be. This is not who I am. I'm not sure exactly of who I am right now at this minute, but I'm going to go on a pilgrimage, if you will, to figure it out and get back to who I truly am underneath all of the shoulds and masks. You have the ability to forge a new path for yourself. Just decide that this is not the direction that I want to go. And all you need to do to find that is to truly look at your longings and discontentments and things that show you the path of what you really truly dream of and desire. And then you can embrace that. You can embrace all the different thoughts and feelings and beliefs that person who has all of those dreams and desires fulfilled has, and work towards becoming authentic. And how do you work towards getting back to who you truly are? You speak the truth. You stop doing everything for everybody else. You start saying no. You create boundaries. You say what's on your heart. You be honest, even when it's hard. You communicate clearly and directly with love and compassion, but you protect your peace. You get back to doing the things that feel good, not the things that you're doing because they're out of feeling that fulfilling other people's expectations and they're other people's desires for you. Maybe you were brought up with a parent or parents that decided that what kind of job you were going to have or who you were going to be, or you thought that their expectations were a certain way about you, and you thought that you needed to be somebody else. And it wasn't truly a path that's you. So it's a journey of peeling off all these layers, almost like an onion, to get back to the true you, to your true heart, to who you truly are, in harmony with that person, shedding all the identities and old identities that don't serve you any longer, doing things that scare you, reaching out to people that you were nervous to do that, taking the class that scares you, going back to school, to starting a business that you truly always wanted to have, saying yes to yourself and no to others when it matters. Keeping your peace is so important. And when you do things from a perspective of excitement and flow and you want to, that means you're truly encompassing your essence, who you truly are, coming back to that person. And when you feel like you're saying yes to things you don't really want to say yes to, well, that is the mask we put on, because there's something behind that, some sort of feeling or emotion behind that we want to cover up. When we choose love over fear, it makes a huge difference, Stay focused on the direction of who you want to be. You are allowed to reinvent yourself at any time. You are allowed to start over at any time. You can create a new identity for yourself at any time. And you deserve all of it. Words are powerful. Speak truth to everyone you know. Be honest. Come back to who you really are. What do you like to wear? Are you dressing like somebody else because they told you to dress that way, or you think you need to dress that way? Are you acting a certain way because you feel like you have to put on this persona to be a part of whatever this is? Just being you will take you back slowly to who you are at the core. Choosing things to eat that you want to eat, not doing things because other people want you to. Everything around you encompasses something, and it's not always what we want. So stripping all of this stuff away will reveal the things you really want. And not only does doing this support you in becoming more authentic, but you also will slowly realize that you're building so much self-trust within yourself. You're building so much self-confidence within yourself. You will start to make decisions from a perspective of your core values. You will start to make choices and decisions, all that you're happy with. And when you start to tune in to yourself more, you're going to start to hear your intuition more. You'll hear, when we're so busy all day long and doing crazy stuff and being all distracted, we're not hearing our intuition. And sometimes we still are. Sometimes when we hear our intuition, we're still scared to follow it. It seems scary. Because if you did that, that's like way out of your comfort zone. And your mind wants to keep you comfortable. It always wants to go back to what's familiar. It doesn't like what's new. It doesn't like new things. It wants to go right back into the patterns and the ways of being that it always has. And it takes courage and bravery to push past that and do what you know feels good and what you feel in your gut, that you're trusting your gut, you're trusting your intuition with your decisions. You're aligning your core values to what decisions you make. So if you take anything away from this brief talk that I've been doing, sermon to you, it's you can create a new identity for yourself at any time. You can start over at any time. You have permission to be you and come back to who you truly are at the core. Bye, friends. I'll talk to you next time.
I was at the wrong place at the